they feel the same way at this music shop too.
It's the time of the year, and it's something you celebrate.
Kristen Johnson is just getting started on a late-night drive up to State College.
Club Good Times has the lights, the stage, and even sports memorabilia. And when it's open, some scantily clad dancers who want to be able to show all.
Meanwhile, over at Colonial Country Club, golfers hit the course.
You don't expect to play golf on the day, this time of the year.
Tear open package and remove pads.
Minutes later, EMS arrived and rushed her to the hospital. Police Chief Doug Wright says without his officers' quick thinking, she may not have made it there at all.
Because of this, we were able to get her to that next level.
This area of Harrisburg, so they grabbed some bags and bins and tried to pick up as much trash as they could get their hands on.
She was always happy, always singing, always dancing. She was a princess. She's in my phone as Princess. She was a princess, and she always will be Mommy's princess.
Just 5 days before Christmas, a carpenter works through the night. The grain is carved with particular care, each piece then laid to rest in gentle piles. 20 silhouettes in all, 12 girls and 8 boys.
I had been in tears all weekend.
Along with the rest of us, Corinne Shrively, a mother of 3 from Mechanicsburg, was grieving for Newtown when suddenly she was hit with an idea.
I was sitting in a chair in my dining room and I literally just had a vision of a memorial for 20 innocent children standing in a field, and it was exactly what Rob has created.
She calls it the work of an angel. When the carpenter's son's construction company heard about Shrively's idea to assemble the figures and have them standing in the lawn of a church off Oarsbridge Road, they immediately offered up their services free of charge.
It really struck our hearts that this is something we need to help with.
There are no faces. There doesn't need to be. We know who they are, but what we don't know is who they could have become.
Let's just remember to keep these kids and their families in our hearts and minds and not forget about them. Because we'll move past this. We'll keep going. Life will resume, but that's not going to happen in Newtown.
I saw the cars flying by. It seemed like 70, 80 miles an hour even. And I just could not believe that all of a sudden, in a few seconds, the cars all collided, the 2 SUVs flipped.
I heard this loud bang, and it actually shook me because I jumped up because it was very loud, and I walked out and I saw what had happened.
Another woman was either sitting on the step or standing, and our car, when it flipped over, ended up on top of her.
City officials say that car was a police canine unit. The dog was taken to the vet with a concussion and a spleen injury. The police officer was flown to the hospital with serious injuries. Yolanda Scheib, a medical assistant, got Lifeline on camera.
They were in the ambulance for about 20 minutes before they pulled the officer out. For them to take that long in the ambulance to get him ready for a flight, yeah, it didn't look that good, and the way they had him wrapped up.
People in this neighborhood say it's an accident that didn't have to end this way.
Too fast for a very small area, very congested, lots of children around, and a major intersection. It seemed like the speeds were definitely excessive beyond belief. I don't think it was necessary.
Prayers to his family.
It was about 9 a.m. when someone going through the drive-thru at this Starbucks on Paxton Street in Swedera Township told the worker that they were also paying for the order of the person right after them. That started a trend that was still going some 6 hours later when we showed up.
At first, she just said that our order was paid for by the car in front of us. I thought we knew them, and it was somebody that we knew, and then she told us the whole story.
Sure, Rodney Caramel Macchiato. Anything else for you?
That's it. As of 3:30 in the afternoon, there had been at least 370 people that had participated. Every so often, someone would break the chain. But then the Starbucks barista, as they are called, would ask someone if they wanted to pay for the person after them.
It's just nice. unexpected surprise.
And actually that initial reaction just made me feel good. And she said, "Can you pay for the next person behind you?" And I didn't even care what it cost. I said, absolutely.
The customers said they had been wondering why the line was moving so slowly. They didn't seem to mind when they found out.
I was speechless. It almost brought tears to my eyes. It was such an unbelievably nice thing to do.
There have been a lot of tears lately around the nation for an entirely different reason.
Like the barista said, with it being so much sadness right now, it just makes your heart feel good.
I have young kids in school, and we've gotten a lot of emails and scares, and just the families, unfortunately, that had to go through this in Connecticut. It's nice to have something that feels good to brighten up your day a little bit, even if it is just a hot cup of coffee.